Week 4 just isn't about teams. It's about the 5 quarterbacks who hold the keys to everything and that can change their team's trajectory after week 4. So let's talk about the 5 quarterback stories that nobody is talking about. Number 1, starting it off with Mr. Unlimited. It's now limited to the bench, that is. Russell Wilson is being benched in favor for the young rookie Jackson Dart. Now, after a very lackluster 3 games, Brian Daboll has finally made the ballsy decision, I love it, the ballsy decision to listen to his fan base and put Jackson Dart in against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, Wilson was kind of given the job in the offseason, but his performance through the last 3 games, apart from just one productive outing, has been extremely poor, leading to an 0-3 start for the Giants. This marks the start of the Dart era in New York as a Giant. While he showed promise in the preseason, his week 4 debut against the tough Chargers defense, I will say, is going to be a huge test for him, especially for the struggling franchise, for their offense, for their defense. It looks just like he's going to have to go through the growing pains with Daboll, is inevitably coaching for his job. Number 2, we are looking at Patty Mahomes. Despite the Chiefs being 1-2 going into week 4, the offseason has been just wicked underwhelming. Not what you expect for the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Travis Kelce tackling his own teammates. You got him trying to tackle the coach on the sideline, the coach trying to tackle him. You got the off-field shenanigans. And it just makes it really hard, to really focus on football, that is. And now they have a tough opponent going into the Baltimore Ravens in week 4. Now, Patrick Mahomes has historically played well against the Baltimore Ravens, so I think that this will be a very telling game for Patrick Mahomes, the offense, the defense, and just see if they can defend that crown that they hold so dearly in the AFC. Now, let's talk about number 3, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Now, Caleb Williams showed flashes of brilliance for the Bears. The rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, continues to develop under Ben Johnson and show promise in Chicago despite their ongoing struggles. Last week, Williams, for the first time in his career, took zero sacks. Caleb Williams took zero sacks last week, while throwing for 4 touchdowns and earning a 117.4 passer rating against the blitz, which is extremely impressive. Now, the Bears' offensive line continues to show flaws, but Williams continues to maintain poise, to be on time, and to look more comfortable. And I think that is the biggest thing as he continues to build his rapport with his wide receivers and his coach. And this is definitely going to be a trajectory to watch going forward after week 4. Now, number 3 and 4, I lumped together to kind of talk about the Falcons and their quarterback carousel in Atlanta. Now, after Michael Penix kind of just stinking up the joint for the last 3 weeks, and then after an embarrassing 30-0 loss to the Carolina Panthers. Yes, you heard that correctly, the Carolina Panthers. Kirk Cousins got the pleasure to come in and play cleanup duty. The rookie has definitely been off to a shaky start and has definitely sparked questions about his role in week 4, and it's definitely a crucial opportunity for him to turn things around. Penix looked like he was out there playing catch with himself last week in a recent shutout loss to the Panthers, and now I believe this is what prompted the Falcons to kind of make changes on their offensive coaching staff. His poor decision making, his inability to connect with star wide receivers, Drake London, has definitely led doubts about his development. The week 4 change that we can look forward to is that they're going to be leaning definitely more on the run game to support Penix, and I think a strong performance can definitely boost his confidence, but it's going to be a tough task against the Washington Commanders. They got to look more like they're in sync. They got to get London the ball, and they definitely got to boost his confidence, because otherwise it's going to be quite concerning for his career. Now, on the other hand, Kirk Cousins, we have to look at him as, somebody who is obviously sitting on the bench. They're paying a lot of money to right now, but obviously what would that do to Michael Penix's confidence? I believe if they put Kirk Cousins in and benched him, it worked for Bryce Young. Who's to say that it couldn't work for him? So definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments below in regards to the Atlanta carousel. Now, let's talk about number 5 in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Almighty himself, Aaron Rodgers. Now, after an absolute atrocious back and forth playing hot potato with the goddamn football with my New England Patriots in week 3, Aaron Rodgers is hoping he can hold on to the ball. For God's sake, hold on to the ball and show some signs of life. Aaron Rodgers has yet to prove that he can hang with the younger generation, while the notoriously hard-hitting Pittsburgh defense is already exhausted from trying to force turnovers and carry the offense like they have for the past 2 seasons. And this season, I feel like it's going to be no different. I think this is going to be a huge task for the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Vikings in Dublin. Now, mind you, there was some talk about Aaron Rodgers being linked to the Vikings in the offseason. Now, I think that just came out as being kind of some fluff. Aaron Rodgers and Kevin O'Connell have been friends for a very long time, so I think that was more or less just them catching up. Aaron Rodgers did say he would have liked to play for the Minnesota Vikings. However, they did show no interest in him, which is for a very good reason. But Aaron Rodgers just continues to struggle with his lack of chemistry, the lack of cohesion between him and his wide receiver groups, which contributed to probably all that time missed in the summertime while he was lollygagging, figuring out where he wanted to play, if he wanted to play, if he was going to go in the dark tunnel, if he was going to come out. So either way, those are the stories to watch this week in the NFL. If you want every NFL breakdown every day without the nonsense, with, some kind of just BS on the side, please hit subscribe, turn on the bell. You won't miss a thing.